stand steady in your body and calm in your mind. The rarest personality is not loud. It does not rush. It does not chase pleasure the way the crowd does. It moves slowly, with control, with patience, with vision. This kind of person is often misunderstood early in life. Others think they are slow, too quiet, too serious, too focused, too different. But time always tells the truth. The ones who wait become the ones who rise. Most people live for quick comfort, easy money, easy praise, easy pleasure, fast rewards, short joy. They want results without effort. They want success without sacrifice. They want the feeling without the work. Their days are full of noise, distraction, and small excitement. Their nights are empty. Their future is fragile. They burn energy fast and build nothing strong. The rare one moves differently. They feel the same desires. They feel the same temptations. They feel the same hunger for comfort and approval, but they choose control over comfort. They choose patience over pleasure. They choose growth over fun. They choose discipline over distraction. This choice is not loud. No one claps for it. No one celebrates it. No one notices it. That is why it is powerful. Delayed reward builds inner strength. It builds focus. It builds clarity. It builds direction. It teaches the mind how to wait without breaking. It teaches the heart how to stay steady without praise. It teaches the body how to work without reward. This creates a person who does not depend on outside approval to move forward. Early in life, this person often feels alone. While others enjoy easy fun, they sit with silence. While others chase attention, they work in private. While others spend, they save. While others talk, they observe. While others rush, they prepare. This creates distance, not emotional distance, but mental distance. They live in a different rhythm. People around them may not understand this path. Some will mock it, some will question it. Some will pressure them to relax, to enjoy, to live more freely. But freedom without control becomes weakness. Pleasure without discipline becomes a trap. Comfort without purpose becomes decay. The rare personality understands something deep. Every choice builds a future. Every habit creates direction. Every small decision shapes identity. Pleasure feels good for a moment. Discipline feels heavy at first, but it builds a life that feels strong for years. Delayed gratification changes the brain. It trains patience. It sharpens focus. It builds emotional control. It reduces fear. It builds confidence, not fake confidence, not loud confidence, but quiet inner stability. The kind that does not shake when pressure comes, the kind that does not break when things go wrong. This person learns how to say no. No to distractions, no to easy pleasure, no to empty social pressure. No to shortcuts, no to habits that steal time and energy. Every no becomes a yes to the future. They learn how to sit with discomfort. They learn how to work when they feel tired. They learn how to stay focused when they feel bored. They learn how to stay calm when they feel pressure. This builds mental strength that most people never develop. Late success comes from early control. Late victory comes from early sacrifice. Late power comes from early patience. While others chase fast wins, this person builds foundations. While others celebrate small rewards, they build long-term stability. While others look for quick recognition, they build skill. While others seek attention, they build value. This is why they succeed later in life. Their growth is slow but solid. Their progress is quiet but real. Their power is not loud but deep. Their confidence is not built on praise, but on proof. Their identity is not built on opinions, but on results. Delayed gratification also builds emotional independence. They do not need constant validation. They do not depend on approval. They do not fear being alone. They do not fear missing out. Their sense of worth comes from within, not from outside. This makes them dangerous to manipulation. This makes them hard to control. This makes them hard to distract. This makes them hard to influence. A mind trained to wait cannot be rushed. A heart trained to endure cannot be shaken easily. The rare personality does not look successful early. Their life may seem simple, their lifestyle may seem basic. Their progress may seem slow, their social life may seem small, their world may seem quiet. But beneath that calm surface is structure, discipline, vision, and strength. Later in life, the difference becomes clear. While others feel tired, they feel strong. While others feel lost, they feel focused. While others feel empty, they feel fulfilled. While others feel stuck, they feel free. While others feel afraid, they feel stable. They did not win because they were lucky. They won because they were patient. They did not rise because they were loud. They rose because they were consistent. They did not succeed because they rushed. They succeeded because they waited and worked. Delayed gratification teaches respect for time. Time becomes a tool, not an enemy. Time becomes a builder, not a threat. Time becomes an ally, not pressure. This person does not chase comfort. They build security. They do not chase pleasure. They build stability. They do not chase attention. They build influence. They do not chase approval. They build confidence. Their life becomes calm, not chaotic, focused, not scattered, strong, not fragile, stable, not unstable. They are not impressed by fast success. They are not fooled by quick money. They are not distracted by empty status. They are not attracted to noise. They see the long game. They respect the process. They trust the work. The rare personality understands that pain now prevents pain later. Discipline now prevents chaos later. Patience now prevents regret later. Focus now prevents confusion later. This is why they rise later. They are not built for quick wins. They are built for lasting success. They do not shine early. They grow deep. They do not burn fast. They burn steady. They do not explode. They expand. This path is not glamorous. It is not exciting. It is not praised, but it is powerful. Those who can delay pleasure can delay fear. Those who can wait can endure pressure. Those who can sacrifice can build strength. Those who can control desire can control direction. Late success is not slow success. It is strong success. It is stable success. It is quiet success. It is lasting success. The rare personality becomes unstoppable because they learned how to wait without breaking, work without praise, and grow without noise. Time rewards discipline. Life rewards patience. Power rewards control. This is why the rare personality does not peak early. They rise when others fall. They grow when others slow. They win when others fade. Not because they were special at birth, but because they chose control when others chose comfort. They chose patience when others chose pleasure. They chose growth when others chose ease. That choice builds a future that cannot be shaken easily. And when their moment comes, it feels calm, not chaotic. It feels natural, not forced. It feels earned, not given. It feels stable, not fragile. That is the power of delayed gratification. That is why the rarest personality always succeeds later in life. The rarest personality learns early how to be alone without feeling empty. Not lonely, not broken, not disconnected, but calm in silence and strong in solitude. While most people fear being alone, this person learns how to use it. They understand something simple but powerful. Distraction weakens the mind and isolation strengthens it. Distraction feels good in the moment. Noise, people, constant messages, endless content, endless talking, endless movement. It makes life feel full. It makes the mind feel busy. It creates the illusion of progress. But busyness is not growth. Noise is not clarity. Movement is not direction. Most people stay distracted to avoid their own thoughts. They fill every quiet moment because silence makes them uncomfortable. The rare personality is different. Silence does not scare them. Stillness does not disturb them. Being alone does not weaken them. It sharpens them. Isolation is not hiding from the world. It is stepping away from noise to hear yourself think. It is removing chaos so the mind can breathe. It is creating space for clarity, focus, and direction. Distraction pulls the mind in 1,000 directions. Messages, opinions, drama, trends, entertainment, pressure, expectations. The mind becomes scattered. Focus breaks, energy leaks, identity becomes shaped by noise instead of intention. Isolation brings the mind back to center, thoughts slow down, vision becomes clear, emotions stabilize. Decisions become intentional. The mind starts working for you instead of against you. Most people are constantly reacting to messages, reacting to news, reacting to social pressure, reacting to other people's emotions, reacting to trends, reacting to opinions. Their life becomes one long reaction instead of a direction. The rare personality chooses isolation to escape reaction. They step away from constant input so they can build output. They remove distraction so they can create focus. They limit noise so they can build clarity. This person spends time alone, thinking, planning, reflecting, learning, and building. Not because they hate people, but because they value their mind. They understand that every voice they allow into their head shapes their thinking. Isolation becomes a place of growth. The mind strengthens, discipline forms, vision develops. Purpose becomes clear, direction becomes stable. Distraction feels exciting, isolation feels boring at first, but boredom is not weakness. Boredom is the space where creativity forms. It is the space where discipline grows. It is the space where identity becomes solid. When you remove distraction, you start hearing your own thoughts clearly. You start seeing your own patterns. You start understanding your fears, your habits, your weaknesses, your strengths. This awareness is uncomfortable at first. It is powerful. Most people avoid this self-awareness. They stay distracted to avoid facing themselves. The rare personality does the opposite. They face themselves early. They work on themselves early. They build themselves early. Isolation builds emotional strength. You stop depending on others for validation. You stop needing constant attention. You stop chasing approval. You stop needing noise to feel alive. You become stable within yourself. This creates independence, not emotional coldness, but inner stability. You no longer depend on others to feel whole. You no longer fear silence. You no longer fear being alone. You no longer fear missing out. When a person no longer fears being alone, they become powerful. They stop accepting bad connections. They stop tolerating fake relationships. They stop chasing empty attention. They choose quality over quantity. Depth over noise. Isolation also builds discipline. Without constant distraction, habits form easily. Focus becomes natural. Work becomes deep. Learning becomes faster. Growth becomes steady. Distraction keeps people shallow. Isolation makes people deep. This depth becomes visible. The rare personality develops knowledge, skills, emotional control, and mental clarity that others never build. While others were distracted, they were developing. While others were busy, they were growing. While others were consuming, they were creating. Early isolation looks like loneliness from the outside. People may think they are antisocial, distant, strange, or disconnected. But inside, they are building structure, vision, and strength. Later in life, the difference becomes clear. Their mind is calm. Their focus is sharp. Their emotions are stable. Their direction is clear. Their confidence is quiet and strong. They do not panic easily. They do not break under pressure. They do not crumble under stress. They do not get lost in chaos. They have trained their mind to function in silence, not noise. Distraction creates dependency. Isolation creates independence. Distraction creates confusion. Isolation creates clarity. Distraction creates weakness. Isolation creates strength. This person does not isolate forever. They reconnect with the world from a position of strength, not need. They choose relationships, not cling to them. They build connections, not dependencies. They engage with people, not lose themselves in them. They do not seek crowds to feel important. They do not seek attention to feel valued. They do not seek noise to feel alive. Their life is full even in silence. This is why they succeed later in life. Their foundation is strong. Their mind is trained. Their emotions are stable, their focus is deep, their discipline is natural, their identity is solid. While others struggle with distraction addiction, they move with clarity. While others feel lost without noise, they feel calm in silence. While others chase stimulation, they build stability. They are not overwhelmed by information. They are not controlled by trends. They are not influenced by noise. They move with intention. Isolation gives them something rare: self-knowledge. They know who they are. They know what they want. They know what they stand for. They know what they refuse to accept. They know their direction. This self-knowledge becomes power. It creates confidence. It creates clarity. It creates consistency. It creates discipline. It creates stability. They do not rush into things. They do not follow crowds. They do not chase hype. They do not fear being different. They trust their process. They respect their path. The world rewards focus. The world rewards clarity. The world rewards discipline. The world rewards depth. This is why the rare personality rises later. They were building while others were distracted. They were strengthening while others were entertained. They were growing while others were busy. Isolation gave them something that distraction never could: a strong mind, a clear vision, and a stable identity. They did not become strong by being surrounded by noise. They became strong by mastering silence. They did not become focused by being busy. They became focused by being still. They did not become powerful by chasing attention. They became powerful by building themselves. Isolation did not make them weak. It made them unshakable. And when they step into the world fully, they move with calm, clarity, and control. Their presence feels grounded. Their energy feels stable, their words feel certain, their actions feel deliberate. This is why the rare personality does not rise early. They rise prepared. Not loud, not fast, not flashy, but strong, steady, and unstoppable. Isolation was not their escape, it was their training ground. The rarest personality does not chase popularity. They do not measure their worth by how many people know their name. They do not build their identity on attention, applause, or approval. They choose depth over numbers, meaning over noise, truth over trends. This choice separates them from the crowd early in life, and it lifts them above the crowd later in life. Popularity is loud, it feels powerful, it feels exciting, it feels important, but it is fragile. It depends on opinions. It depends on attention, it depends on validation, it changes fast. One mistake, one rumor, one shift in opinion, and it disappears. People who live for popularity live in fear of losing it. Their choices become controlled by how they are seen, not who they are. The rare personality does not live this way. They do not shape their behavior for likes. They do not shape their voice for approval. They do not shape their identity for acceptance. They shape their life for meaning, not attention. Depth is quiet, depth is slow, depth is not flashy. It is built in silence through learning, discipline, reflection, and growth. It is built when no one is watching. It is built when there is no reward. It is built when there is no praise. It is built in moments of focus, effort, and patience. Depth creates substance. Substance creates stability. Stability creates power. This person chooses to understand instead of impress. They choose to grow instead of perform. They choose to learn instead of show off. They choose to build instead of display. Their mind becomes rich. Their thinking becomes sharp, their perspective becomes deep, their understanding becomes strong. Popularity makes people shallow, depth makes people solid. People who chase popularity often shape themselves to fit others. Their opinions change with the crowd. Their values bend with pressure, their identity shifts with trends. They become reflections of what people want, not who they truly are. The rare personality does the opposite. They become rooted. Their values stay steady. Their thinking stays independent. Their identity stays grounded. They do not move with every wave of opinion. They stand firm in their direction. Depth creates inner strength. It builds emotional control. It builds patience. It builds resilience. It builds clarity. These things cannot be given by attention. They cannot be bought by praise. They cannot be created by applause. Early in life, this path feels lonely. While others are surrounded by crowds, the rare personality stands with a small circle, or often alone. While others feel celebrated, they feel invisible. While others feel admired, they feel overlooked. But they are building something real while others are building image. Image fades. Depth allows a person to think clearly under pressure, to stay calm in chaos, to act with purpose instead of panic, to move with intention instead of impulse, to make decisions based on values instead of opinions. This creates leadership energy, not loud leadership, not dominant leadership, but natural authority. People trust those who are stable. People follow those who are consistent. People respect those who are grounded. Later in life, this depth becomes visible. Their words carry weight. Their presence feels calm. Their energy feels stable. Their decisions feel certain. Their confidence feels real, not loud, not forced, not fake, real. Popularity creates attention. Depth creates influence. Attention is watching. The rare personality builds trust through consistency, integrity, and character, not through noise, not through performance, not through image. They do not seek to be liked by everyone. They seek to be respected by themselves. They do not fear being misunderstood. They fear losing their integrity. They do not chase crowds. They build character. They do not seek approval. They seek truth. They do not perform for the world. They prepare for life. Depth changes how a person moves. They speak less but say more. They act less but impact more. They show less but build more. They explain less but understand more. Their life becomes simple, not empty, focused, not small, quiet, not weak, calm, not passive. They choose a few real connections over many fake ones. They choose meaningful conversations over empty talk. They choose growth over image. They choose purpose over praise. This is why they succeed later in life. Their foundation is deep. Their character is strong. Their mind is disciplined. Their emotions are controlled. Their values are stable. Their direction is clear. While others struggle with identity, they know who they are. While others fear rejection, they trust themselves. While others chase attention, they build influence. While others depend on approval, they depend on discipline. Depth gives them patience. They do not rush. They do not panic. They do not force results. That they trust to see, Therius Schulz. They respect I trust the process. It's Porsche C. They spets as satyrs respect. Brias, thing free. Time. They trust the process. They respect time. They understand growth. They do not feel pressure to prove themselves. They let results speak. They let consistency speak. They let character speak. Popularity makes noise. Depth makes impact. Popularity creates followers. Depth creates leaders. Popularity fades with time. Depth grows with time. This person becomes powerful not because everyone knows them, but because everyone trusts them. Not because they are loud, but because they are solid. Not because they are seen, but because they are respected. They do not need a crowd to feel important. They do not need praise to feel valuable. They do not need attention to feel alive. Their worth comes from who they are, not how they are seen. Depth gives them peace. Peace gives them clarity. Clarity gives them control. This control shows in their choices, in their relationships, in their habits, in their direction, in their discipline. They do not live fast. They live well. They do not rush success, they build success. They do not seek status, they build substance. They do not chase recognition, they earn respect. They do not fear being unseen, they fear being untrue to themselves. This is the quiet power of depth. This is why the rare personality rises later in life. They were not busy being popular. They were busy becoming strong. They were not busy being admired. They were busy becoming capable. They were not busy being seen. They were busy becoming solid. When their time comes, it does not feel sudden. It feels natural. It feels earned. It feels stable. It feels right. They did not climb fast. They grew deep. And depth always outlasts popularity. The rarest personality does not wait to feel inspired. They do not depend on motivation to move forward. They understand something most people never learn. Feelings change, energy shifts, moods rise and fall, but discipline stays. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Motivation is unstable. Discipline is reliable. Most people build their life around how they feel. If they feel good, they act. If they feel tired, they stop. If they feel inspired, they work. If they feel bored, they quit. Their progress depends on emotion, and emotion is unpredictable. This makes their growth inconsistent. Their habits break easily. Their focus collapses under pressure. Their goals change often. The rare personality moves differently. They act even when they feel tired. They work even when they feel bored. They stay consistent even when they feel uninspired. They do not wait for the right mood. They create the right structure. Discipline builds identity. It shapes behavior. It creates stability. It removes chaos. It removes excuses. It removes emotional dependence. It turns effort into routine and struggle into habit. This person does not ask how they feel before they act. They act because it is part of who they are. Their behavior is not driven by emotion. It is driven by motivation. Feels good, but it is temporary. It comes and goes. It fades quickly. Discipline feels heavy at first, but it creates freedom later. It creates stability. It creates confidence. It creates control. Early in life, discipline feels like isolation. It feels restrictive. It feels lonely. It feels boring. Others are enjoying comfort, fun, and freedom. This person is working, building, training, learning, and growing. Their life looks harder, their path looks slower, their progress looks invisible, but something is forming inside them: mental strength, emotional control, consistency, structure, focus, resilience. They are training their mind to function without emotional support. They are teaching themselves to move without applause. They are building habits that do not depend on excitement. Discipline creates reliability. They become someone who can trust themselves. When they say they will do something, it happens. When they set a goal, they follow through. When they commit, they stay committed. This builds self-respect. Real confidence comes from self-trust. Not praise, not attention, not approval, self-trust. They stop negotiating with themselves. They stop making excuses. They stop delaying action. They stop waiting for perfect conditions. They move in structure. They live in routine. They operate in consistency. This consistency compounds. Small actions, repeated daily build massive results over time. Most people underestimate this because they chase big moments instead of small habits. Discipline turns time into power. Every day becomes progress. Every week becomes growth. Every month becomes strength. Every year becomes transformation. Motivation gives short bursts. Discipline gives long-term progress. This is why the rare personality succeeds later in life. Their growth is slow but unstoppable. Their progress is quiet but consistent. Their strength is built daily.